Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. What a crazy world this is. Yesterday, I remember I watched the Becoming a Spectacle WrestleMania 9 documentary trailer that was released. I saw it on Peacock's Twitter is honestly where I saw it, but I'm sure it is pretty much everywhere. I was really excited. I don't know what I did, but I've had two people in a row comment that there is no audio on the video, and I 100% apologize. That sucks. I can't go back and give my honest thoughts of watching it for the first time, but I just rewatched the trailer one more time. And this documentary honestly looks like it's going to be very good. I believe it releases April 11th. I think that it is awesome that, I don't really know what to believe about WWE, Peacock, Netflix. People say that this is like a dead dog here, that like Peacock is only on like the last leg of their contract, and then basically WWE is waiting for that deal to end to basically go 100% with Netflix. But I'll say this: the WWE Network was awesome. And then all of a sudden, the WWE Network switched over to Peacock. I thought it was cool that it was only going to be half the price. I believe it was $5 a month instead of $10 a month at one point. And we were still going to get all of our pay-per-views. And they made it seem like everything was just going like this over to there. When Peacock launched the WWE Network, I know that I held on to the WWE Network until its last day. And they were like, hey, this just isn't going to work anymore because of the fact that the Peacock did not upload everything right away, and they made it seem like, hey, it's coming. It never came. I can honestly tell you I was really surprised when they uploaded a bunch of Coliseum home videos, which was one thing that was really lacking from the days of the WWE Network, that they never got around to uploading those. I don't understand why they just couldn't upload Hulkamania, Hulkamania 2, Hulkamania 3, Hulkamania 4, Hulkamania Forever. Seems like it was just like easy. Bam. They've already made the videos. All they have to do is transfer the stuff basically to digital and put it up on the network. So if this is his last year, the fact that, WWE went in the lab, created a documentary, and released it, not only is it coming out at WrestleMania time, it is coming out at WrestleMania in Las Vegas time. This reminds me of when I was going to WrestleMania 27. Shortly before that trip, they released the True Story of WrestleMania documentary. And that got me really excited to go to WrestleMania. Bringing to the point, the WrestleMania 9 doc, there was a lot of jumps in that True Story of WrestleMania. I feel like they jumped from WrestleMania 4 all the way to WrestleMania 23 because of the Donald Trump thing. And it seems like they would go back, and they never did the full thing. But the WrestleMania documentary really changed when they got to WrestleMania 9. It was one of the first times I think Vince McMahon said that he wanted to make a documentary about what was going on. They were going to Las Vegas. There was a lot of behind the scenes backstage footage that we had never really seen before, and we got to see glimpses of it. I think the spectacle of WrestleMania 9 is going to be an extended cut of all of those videos. I think it's going to be the documentary that Vince McMahon wanted to make back. When was WrestleMania 9? That would be 1980 or 1994. I'm guessing 93, 94, somewhere around there. A lot of backstage footage. We get to see, Jim Ross on his first day. We get to see Mean Gene Okerlund. We get to see, Bret Hart, as well as Hulk Hogan backstage crossing paths. We see Hulk Hogan giving a big hug to the Giant Gonzalez. So I'm sure at that time Hulk Hogan just couldn't wait for when his opportunity to work with somebody like Giant Gonzalez was going to come with. Especially when you plan out how WrestleMania 9 went down. What if Hogan really would have gotten Vince's ear? And we never would have had an Undertaker streak. What if a Giant Gonzalez defeated the Undertaker so we could actually get Hulk Hogan versus Giant Gonzalez somewhere down the road? Tell me that there's no chance that that could happen. Yeah, the second I put that into your head, you were like, damn, what if that damn did happen? Because Vince was ready to do anything for Hulk Hogan, as we see in that show. The documentary goes heavy. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Hulk Hogan. I think they're going to talk about, they show Bret talking, and he basically says that Hogan was coming back to the company. They told Bret, like, don't worry about Hulk. He's not going after your push. He's not going after your spot. He's just coming back for one more night, for one last payday, one last run. He's helping us. He's not hurting us. And what do you know? Hogan just flat out says, I don't think so. Hulk comes back. He ends up getting in Vince's ear, talking about how he wants to come back. They changed the ending of WrestleMania, where basically Hogan walks out with the title to a match he was not even in. And from that, what was supposed to be? Was it supposed to be SummerSlam in Washington, D.C.? Was it supposed to be a big Bret the Hitman Hart versus Hulk Hogan feud? That's what we're going to have to see. There's a big part in Bret the Hitman Hart's book. I've never finished it. You look at the Bret book, it's probably this thick. God darn it's truth. Probably that thick, hardcover. And there's a lot of stuff in there. And that's kind of like when it gets really, really heavy around that time. Like Bret really feeling like he had reached a mountaintop, but now they were kicking him off to put the guy who used to be on there back up there. This was a very, very hard time in wrestling. I just covered WrestleMania 11 in a video that I just made. It doesn't get better anytime soon. Probably gets a little bit better around WrestleMania 12, but they don't get really out of the weeds until WrestleMania 14. So we're years away from WWF being like, we got this. But I'm really looking forward to this. I believe it comes out on the 11th, which I think is a Monday. So it's going to be kind of like that Raw, wrestling heavy. And then my plane leaves to go to Vegas on Wednesday. So I'm excited. Peace out.